Alright, welcome. Got some severe weather to talk about. Hold up 1 second, I'm gonna let everybody join, and then we'll get this party on the road. Alright, welcome guys. Let's get this started. I can't wait for Sunday either, honestly. Sunday's gonna be really, really active. That'll likely be when my next live stream is. Yeah, this is another stream because I do think there's a chance for some tornadoes here. But I will say, these storms are quite elevated at the moment. They don't really have the tornado potential at the current moment. They're mostly just hail and wind producers. But yeah, this is going to be another stream. One storm I am really concerned about is these storms down here near the Rio Grande. Those are the most concerning ones at the moment. Anybody live in Texas? South Central Texas in particular? I know that Glendy, I believe, Nashville, and Papashan, I'm not too sure where you live. Neither Cameron. But in this live stream, I'm going to actually go over Sunday and what I think is going to happen. I'm just going to wait for some people before I do that, though. In the meantime, look at this storm. This is a nasty little storm right here. It is producing an outflow boundary here, though. So that's going to cut off all tornado potential. So that's something to keep in mind. You get a tornado on your birthday every time? Well, that sounds fun. I wish that happened with me. Mine's in the middle of July, though, so there's not too many tornadoes in July. I'm watching this storm, though. There's not much rotation with it. Let me get a closer radar sight here. This is all wind. This is serious wind. Hello, Sean. June is your season. I was watching this storm earlier when it was near the radar site back here. It was actually kind of concerning. There was a tight area rotation. This was 2 hours ago. when there's a tight little rotation here, but bro, last night it was so loud. The thunder was really loud. You're in Nashville, right? Because Nashville did get hit with some storms last night. I think I remember you saying you're in Nashville. This is when the storm had some rotation. And then it got an outflow boundary, and now it's just nothing, really. I mean, although if I do have to say so, guys, I think today might actually be a bust. Because of this, and the reason I say this is because this outflow boundary here. This is the rush of cold air. There's no longer a warm sector back here. This is all dry, cooler, more stable air back behind this outflow boundary. It's already come through the San Antonio area. It was quiet in Memphis, though. Yeah, Memphis is one of the cities that actually put in a moderate risk yesterday. And, you know, we had the tornado south of Jonesboro yesterday up near the Memphis area. But the storms did weaken as they got towards the Memphis area last night. Last night was a very active night, very stressful night. Yeah, this outflow boundary. This is not conducive to tornadoes at all. What do you guys think about this right here, though? Once everybody gets in the stream, once I have a decent amount of people, I'm gonna go over Sunday's severe weather outbreak because it's looking highly likely now. Probably a tornado outbreak. Yeah, Sunday is definitely gonna be something. I mean, how's my day been so far? It's been good. It's been very boring. Waiting for these storms to fire. And it seems like they're doing that now, but... Okay, my door just shut automatically. Oh, it might be because my window's open, so the wind is pushing it shut. These storms are taking... It does look kind of hookish, but there is an outflow boundary, and that's the problem. If we take a look at this, the closest radar, there is an outflow boundary right here. You can see it. Let's go back a couple frames. Yeah, you can see that outflow boundary there, and that cuts off all tornado potential. Outflow boundaries are not what you need to see for tornadic storms. But from this radar site, this storm looks really impressive. But from this one, it just looks utterly weak. But yeah, big outbreak for Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, maybe southern Arkansas as well. On Sunday. I don't expect an outbreak today, though. Even though there is an enhanced risk all the way from the Rio Grande up towards Lufkin. Yeah, Ohio is quiet. Man, it was active last night, especially southern Ohio. Man, that was crazy. Tornado warnings galore. Might go chasing Sunday. Yeah, I wish I could. I got things to do on Sunday. I can't go chasing Sunday, which is sad, but... So basically, I'm going to go ahead and just call it out. If you're west of San Antonio right now, if you're north and west of San Antonio, I mean, severe threat is honestly diminishing. We got an outflow boundary here. Everything north and west of this outflow boundary is stable for the moment. Depends whether or not this this rush of cold air diminishes and we get more warm inflow up into this area up in here. But wherever this outflow goes is where the severe weather potential, out in front of this outflow boundary, is where the severe weather potential is going to be. And there's hardly any low level shear in this area today, but there is mid level shear, deep layer shear as well. I mean, there's plenty of that, but there's no low level shear. Some of the Cape values, I will say, are exceeding the 6,000 range. No, I will be looking at the outbreak on Sunday. I'm going to wait for a few more people to show up. No, but I am going to do a briefing on that here shortly. Another briefing. I did one this morning, but I think it needs to be updated. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking at that outbreak on Sunday. That's going to be a big one. I won't be able to take questions while I'm doing it, though, because my thing overlapped this. Well, actually, disregard what I just said, because I know what I can do. I'm still trying to figure things out, and no, I don't have two. Sunday shall be an interesting day. Yes, it shall. I don't have two monitors, or else I'd be able to do this a lot easier. So that's why I'm having to split screens here. You know, this storm would have developed into something if an outflow boundary didn't go through it. But you notice how the outflow belt went by, and now it's weakening drastically. Outflow boundaries are boring. That's what they are. Splitting supercells down here by the Rio Grande. Don't look tornadic, though. What's up, Sin City, Ohio? Tennessee might be affected on Sunday. There may be a stray severe storm in Tennessee on Sunday. If so, it'll be in the southern half of the state. But nothing highly tornadic in Tennessee on Sunday. If anything happens in Tennessee, it'll likely be elevated. So hail would be the biggest threat. Glendy, I don't think that Tennessee will see a big threat for severe weather on Sunday. I don't think there's any need to be worrying for Sunday severe. Severe weather on Sunday in Tennessee. But if you're in Mississippi or Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, southern Arkansas, Louisiana may get some storms tonight, and then they'll definitely get some storms on Sunday. Papa Sean. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and just go on into what I think is going to happen on Sunday, because I'll come back to this if something happens. But so this is the outlook on Sunday. Let me just go ahead and... This is the outlook by the SPC on Sunday. You see slight rays going all the way up to southern North Carolina. No, Virginia. Through North Carolina, through South Carolina. Huge chunk of Georgia. Pretty much all of Alabama. Pretty much all of Mississippi. All of Louisiana and eastern Texas and southern Arkansas. .5:15 Eastern. So that would be 4:15 Central. So that's 3 minutes from now. So yeah, I don't know, but I'm definitely gonna do this briefing here. But you can see this enhanced risk already posted. This is day 4, so this is pretty significant. Already an enhanced risk. Central, eastern, and southern Louisiana, southern and central Mississippi, southern and central Alabama, northern half of the Florida Panhandle, and eastern and southeastern, western and southwestern Georgia. We're also going to have to watch for next week as well. Yes, they might extend the slight to Memphis and Little Rock. And maybe the extreme southern half of Tennessee. Let's go into the models here, though. Alright, so the 12Z run. Let's look at the dew points first. So let's go on out to, this is right now, but let's go on out to Sunday at about 18Z, because that's when it looked interesting. So this is 18Z, it's Sunday. As you can see, there's a huge moisture pool right here over parts of Louisiana and Mississippi, stretching all the way down into southern and central Alabama as well. Maybe even as far east as western Georgia. Oh, you live in the southeast, Cameron? So you can already tell severe weather's going to be lining up in this area here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the... Let's take a look at the supercell composite. See what it has to say. Let's go out to Sunday 18Z. Yeah, it's super elevated. Super. 19, 16, 17. Let's just do a sounding right here. I bet it shows PDS. Yeah, it does. This is Sunday at 18Z, so approximately 2 o'clock in parts of southwestern Alabama. PDS tornado. Winds at the surface coming out of the south-southeast, and then go all the way up to the jet stream level, equilibrium level, and it's coming out straight out of the west. So, extreme turning of winds with height. Let's check out here in parts of western Mississippi. I bet there's a PDS here as well. No, it's tornado, but earlier it was showing PDS. Same thing with the shear levels here. Look at the supercell composite. This shows 32.4, which is unbelievable. You can see the hodograph here. Goes up to 60, 70 knots, and it makes a sharp turn. So that's a curved hodograph, so that's favorable for tornadic activity. Off-topic question. Should I be concerned about the tiny cluster of storms in western Pennsylvania? No, I don't think you will be, but I'll have to check that here in a minute. Critical angle is 43, but when you have so much moisture, this isn't really cared about. Oh, God.
There is one new severe thunderstorm warning for Texas.
Let's go ahead and look at the lapse rates. (18Z). You know, there's some minor to / maybe moderate cooling in the air with height, but I mean, it's elevated. It's elevated lapse rates. Let's look at the oh my, dang. You know, only if this would be onshore. Let's look at the, where is it? No, surface-based cape. Let's do surface-based cape. Basically, this model, the surface-based cape, just measures the buoyancy in the atmosphere. Thunderstorms will be able to get going to get a partial to rise. So at 18Z, there is a nice, you can see the warm front here. And this is why I think that Tennessee and maybe northern Mississippi and northern Alabama may get neglected. Because there's just no instability up here. Yes, there'll be wind shear, but there's no instability. It's going to be right here along this warm front. Let's do another sounding down here. No, there's not a tornado in however you pronounce that town. I'm sorry if I can't get that right. Look at this dews here. Look at the 74-degree dew points and the 80-degree temperatures. That's not a good combination. That's a bad sign. Let's keep on going out, and then it kind of as you get towards 0Z, which is approximately about 6 o'clock, instability kind of dies down, but the deep layer shear is going to increase. So, interesting to see what happened then. I still think a massive tornado outbreak is likely southern and central Mississippi, a good portion of Louisiana, and southern and central Alabama. Let's look at the... Now it's time to look at the wind. Go out to 18Z, 2 o'clock on Sunday. Alright, and see, look at all this shear. You know, if there's some elevated storms up here in northern Mississippi, they could be, even though there's instability, there could be an isolated tornado in northern Mississippi and Alabama. But this area right down here, southwestern Mississippi, southern Mississippi in general, maybe central Mississippi towards in the Jackson area, a huge chunk of Louisiana, and southern and central Alabama. There's just going to be such a favorable environment for tornadic activity. Sunday afternoon. This is around 2 o'clock, remember. Let's go into the overnight hours here. This is 0Z, and look at this. This is concerning. And you saw the instability. It was weak instability amounts, but look at the amount of shear there is at around, I mean, darn near 110 knots, which is ridiculous. That's a lot of shear. And what shear will do is, once you get a thunderstorm to get going, it can do two things. If you have speed shear, it really what it helps do is you can get tornadoes out of speed shear as well, and that looks to be the same. That looks like it's going to be you get a thunderstorm that gets going, and the shear will blow the tops off the thunderstorms, and so the precipitation will actually fall away from where the updraft is building, and it'll keep the thunderstorm being able to keep building and become long track. And that's where you get your long track supercells in environments like this. It's looking like it's going to be a big one. You know what'll make it even better? If a dry slot comes flying into this area on around 18Z. Let's check to see if that is going to happen. No, but it's still going to be in the upper part of the atmosphere. It's still going to be somewhat kind of dry, so it's going to allow for those thunderstorms to keep building really, really fast and rapidly. You want to see a tornado this, I want to see tornadic activity, but far away from me. Yeah, same. I agree. I want to see tornadic activity, but not affecting somebody's home. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I might even come back up with another. Let's check the radar one more time. So that's what I think about Sunday. I think Sunday's going to be a big one. Yeah, this is dying out. Any more questions about Sunday? Or even Monday? Because it looks like Monday could be active as well. This is not needed. I don't see a reason for an enhanced risk. Mobile, New Orleans, Jackson, Greenville, Shreveport, Lufkin, Houston, Alexandria, and then probably extending up to Little Rock and Memphis. If you're in any of those cities I just mentioned out, Sunday needs to be kept an eye on. Have your NOAA weather radios set if you have them. Have a way to get warnings, especially living in the deep south here, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana. That's really where it's going to happen. Just watch this look like a good storm on Sunday. But yeah, that can happen. It really depends. And one thing that is in question about this setup on Sunday is the fact there's going to be plenty of morning convection out here in parts of Mississippi and Alabama, and that could really prevent the severe weather potential. If that happens, if that pans out, then the severe weather potential will go way down on Sunday, and it'll be kind of a bust. There won't be that much going on Sunday if that happens. Because there is a potential for morning convection to ruin things on Sunday. What would happen in Nashville on Sunday? Well, once again, I really think Nashville, I think you're going to stay out of the thick of things. I don't think that things are going to get real crazy in Nashville. Tracking storms contains a lot of busts. This could be one of them. I do agree. I will say though, every single ingredient is coming together. The only thing that would make this a bust is the morning convection that will be ongoing in the morning in parts of Mississippi and Alabama and Florida Panhandle. It would shut off. Basically, what it would do is shut off the Gulf from getting moisture return up into the southeast states, and so the moisture would be limited. Therefore, the instability would be limited. Therefore, no storms. That would really be the only thing that prohibits this from being a boom. And Nashville, it really doesn't look like your severe weather threat is going to be very high. Maybe a marginal risk. And a marginal risk is the very, very lowest. So your severe weather risk in Nashville is very low at this moment. I'll keep you posted, though, Glendy. Check in tomorrow. I'll have another video up. For sure. I may even have another one tonight. Who knows? And, if things get too out of hand in Texas tonight, I'll even go live again. But this was mostly just for my briefing on Sunday. This live stream was. I'm going to go up on YouTube for rewatching. But yeah, storm tracking does contain a lot of bust. This could be a bust, but I highly doubt it. I really don't think it will be. But like I said, that morning convection, that morning rain in Mississippi and Alabama could screw things over. Any more questions or concerns or just comments in general? But I really don't at the current moment with all this stuff coming together. I really don't see this becoming a bust. But I mean, you never know. All PA schools got canceled for the rest of the school year. Yeah, same here. I'm not going to disclose my location, but I can tell you that my school's closed as well. One thing that will be having been watched is these little rogue little cells right here in parts of eastern Texas right now. These kind of just blew up out of nowhere. Memphis has some serious. Yeah, Memphis. I think Memphis. There could be an isolated severe weather threat on Monday. Memphis, maybe Little Rock, but really the cities of concern on the real cities of concern on Sunday is going to be Jackson, Birmingham, Mobile, New Orleans, maybe Shreveport and Alexandria. But yeah, Memphis. Next school year, I can't go to school because of the virus. Are you serious? They've already canceled it for next year. Yeah, there are a few popcorn storms, Sean. I bet they don't do anything though. They're barely even moving. Like this right here, this is just sitting there practically. But they did just pop up out of nowhere, so maybe they'll organize. I hope this won't be a bust. I kind of hope it won't either. I mean, I don't want there to be tornadoes going through very large population centers because like I said, I don't like death and destruction. But at the same time, I like covering severe weather. Oh, I won't forget about Tuscaloosa. Tuscaloosa could be in the thick of things on Sunday. It's one place we'll have to watch. Tornadoes are famous for going up this corridor right here, from Meridian all the way up to pretty much Gadsden, Alabama. It might be because you're either using. It might be because you're using, Houston or San Antonio radar. I was using the radar up here. If you use the Houston radar, the Houston radar shows this thing being a monster cell. But if you use the Austin radar, it's really not even that strong. There's an alpha boundary. No, we do not need an April 27th again. We do not. I don't think this is going to be anything like April 27th on Sunday. I don't think it's going to be anything like it at all. Because April 27th was literally historic. It was one of the worst days in U.S. history for tornadoes. I don't think it's going to be the worst day in history for U.S. tornadoes. But I do think we're going to see tornadoes, and some of them could be long track and violent. Especially if we can get that morning convection out of there early in parts of Mississippi and Alabama and get some daylight heating, we're going to have a problem. But I tell you, if that convection stays over prime time for heating, it'll be a bust. But I don't see that happening. I think it'll move out quickly, and we'll get some daylight heating in parts of Mississippi and Alabama. Wait, never mind, I'm going to school. Yeah, I was wondering, because, usually so many tiny storms in PA right now. This is one thing I really don't like about this radar. It's the fact you have to keep doing this. Yeah, there are just little cells, and no, there's no reason to be concerned about any of this, by the way. Maybe some gusty winds heading your way, though. On the backside of this low. This is non-thunderstorm winds. 45 mile an hour. But nothing severe here in Pennsylvania. If you had any severe weather, it would have been earlier this morning. Because I know there were some severe storms out here earlier. Alright, guys, if things get out of hand tonight with storms in Texas, I'll go live again. But that was really my briefing. This is going to go up on YouTube, so if you want to rewatch my briefing, you can. But other than that, I'll see y'all later, because these storms are not doing what I thought they were about to do, which is intensify. They're being weird. So they're producing outflow boundaries, and that's not anything to work with. So I'll see y'all later. If things get out of hand here in Texas, if we get some tornado warnings near the Houston area or so, I'll go live again. I may have another quick little briefing tonight. I may have another briefing get posted late tonight on Sunday. It'll likely be tomorrow morning, though, actually. So I'll see y'all later, alright? Because there's really not much going on.